Did you see the clip where Jenny May, I think that's her name, right? Where she was talking about being submissive to her man once you get married to Jeezy?
The Asian young lady, right? That's with Jeezy.
Yeah, there's Jeezy,
Okay.
yeah, and she was
Uh huh.
saying that once she get married, she's gonna be submissive to Jeezy.
Nah, I
Um,
ain't see the clip. What she
I
waiting for
heard
marriage
that.
for? Like, what the hell? Like, why she ain't been submissive?
I
She's just
can't.
gonna flip a she's gonna flip a switch. She's gonna be like, here goes submissive. Bloop. Jeezy might be like, oh, I don't like this one. I don't like this one. Go back, go back, go back.
Back at it again. It's the Photo Culture Podcast. I go by the name Exotic Rose. I have my co-host Mitch, Money Mitch, and we have a special guest today, T. What's going on, man? I like
What's
your
going on?
shirt
What's
too. I
going
just
on?
see.
You like
I
my
just
shirt?
see
Oh,
Black King.
damn. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
Black
saying? Yeah.
Kings, neutral facts. Okay,
Yeah.
good
I'm
shirt.
not there yet. I'm trying to live up to it. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta speak it into existence.
Okay,
Real talk.
Wakanda forever.
Right.
So let's start from the beginning. I know you. Let's talk about how the whole name and everything started. Well, Troy is
Yeah.
your real name, and so we
Yeah.
just go ahead and break that
Well, you know
down.
what I'm saying? When I started YouTube, like, you know what I'm saying, like most people have a college email, so it's the first letter of your first name and then your full last name. So Tpindell, that's what I started with. I created a account just to kind of I was creating content, but I just needed somewhere to save the content. It was like YouTube was like the photo bucket for videos, if that makes any sense. Like if people needed somewhere to save a lot of photos. They used Photo Bucket back in the day, and that's what I was using YouTube as in the beginning. And this was like before YouTube was like YouTube, before people started making money. I was just doing it for fun. I'm like, I can store all my content here for free. So that's how. And then, but once you create an account and that's your name, that's what you stuck with. So that became my brand, and that's what I've been rocking with.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, perfect. Are you still tweeting Rihanna?
Um, well, you know what I'm saying. I was tweeting her, and then when I got verified, I'm like, she got to see the tweets, because when you verify, it's a separate at. Like, so you got you got the ads, and then you got the ads from just verified users. So I'm like, I
Mhm.
know she see my tweets. Like, she got to stop playing. So, you know what I'm saying? From that, you know, I ain't gonna, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. So, you know what I'm saying? So from that, you know what I'm saying, she been doing the Fenty Beauty stuff, the Fenty Skin, all that. So I jumped into the Fenty Skins. A couple of people contacted me, not her. You know what I'm saying? Then she did like a Fenty lingerie for men. So she did like some boxer briefs, boxes, some robes. So I jumped into that too. And I seen the models that she had on there, you know, so I knew one of the dudes. But I'm like, yo, she need to stop playing. Like, I could have killed, I could have murdered this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so,
Yeah.
you know, I put that into the video I did. I did like a little haul video. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time, man. Also, it's just a
We
matter
we
of time.
might we might have to shout you out. Last time we had a guest on, and he was like he had a crush on this rapper, and we
Mm-hmm.
tagged her when we posted it, and then she actually responded back. So she might respond back when you
Yeah.
say something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all love and respect, man. You know, she's a beautiful young lady, and I admire her. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really on no crush ish no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown, and she grown. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that bag with her though. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, first thing first. So, you know,
I mean,
that's all it is. It's all
everybody.
love.
Rihanna's a beautiful woman, man. Can't get mad at
Yeah.
that.
A lot of people, I tell people all the time, I say, man, it's like it's a lot of women that look like Rihanna, maybe even look better than Rihanna, but it's still like how you carry yourself will make you
Yeah.
look a lot better. And then once you financially got your stuff and your life in order, that make you look better also. Like, you know
Even
what
yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So, so that add to it, ain't nothing but a bunch of icing on the cake.
All right. I wanted to go back a little bit. So you're from Maryland. So how
Annapolis,
did you
yeah.
go from? So how did you get from there to Miami? Like, did your parents
So
move
so but
here, or you came on your
no,
own, or
no,
like?
my pops already was living down here. Him and my mom separated when I was like 7 years old. So he was already living down here. So I came down here and lived with him when I was like 15, 16 years old. And then I thought I was coming down here chilling. And then he put me in private school. I didn't even know I was going to private school. You know what I'm saying? So I went to American Heritage Plantation, which is a pretty prestige school and pretty dope. And it showed me kind of how to adapt. I felt like, I don't know if you watch All American.
Mm-hmm. I seen a couple clips, but I haven't actually got into.
So basically they take Buddy from Compton. He go to school in Compton, and they move him to Beverly Hills. That's how I felt, bitch. I was like, I was just in the trap, and you know what I'm saying, skipping lunch, doing crazy stuff, acting reckless. And then now I'm at this private school. When I'm like, yo, let's do this. People like, why would I do that? We have class in 10 minutes. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was night and day. The kids had better cars than the teachers. Their first car was a luxury vehicle, and I had to adapt because I was still broke. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to, like, you know, so that was different. And I never really, even in public school, it could be a predominantly white school, but you still find it's still a bulk of black people. Like, but at that school, it was probably like in high school, maybe 10 to 15 black people. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the dating was slim pickings. And like everything, that's just what it was. So that's how I got down to Florida. And then I got to FAU. I walked on there and played football. And then I ended up earning a scholarship. And I did that like that.
Do you keep in touch with anybody that was in the private school with you?
Yeah. I'm friends with every single black friend that I went to school with. No cap. Hey,
you said all black people.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a struggle, you know what I'm saying? But even I'm friends with some of the white folks too, like, you know, on social media, especially because what I do, like, you know what I'm saying? They see me, like some of them jokers got like younger kids that watch YouTube, et cetera, or aspire to be YouTubers, so they reach out to me for different things like that. So, you know, I see people, we keep in touch, but it's crazy because it's such a great school, but, you know, a lot of times when people have money, your parents have money, like they don't give you that same quality time. It's like regular parents. They just give you money, like, go out there and have fun. Go do this.
Yeah.
So a lot of those kids just, not a lot, but some of them, you know what I'm saying, that you would expect to be doing great things, not doing much, or just working for their parents. I'm like, damn, big, your pop's grinded and a millionaire, own this company, own this roofing company, own that, and you just, you know what I'm saying, don't have that dog in you to go out.
They don't have that drive for it because they just things been given to them.
They've been handed to them. Yeah. So that's straight facts though, man. But it's all good. So I've seen the best of both worlds, and so I don't know. That's how I got down here though.
I asked you that because I had seen a conversation of people talking about why parents put their kids in private schools, and they were like, you're pretty much paying extra money to put them in private schools for the network, so your kids can grow up with people that can possibly work for that person or have them work for them. You agree with that or no?
It's pros and cons. You could put them kids in private school and they will never be subjected to real life. Like, you got to hit that adversity. You got to be picked on. You got to be bullied. You got to know how to defend yourself. That private school ain't going to do that. And then when you get in this real world, you ain't going to have that ability to do that. So from private school, from start to finish, I don't like that. Like, I like how I did it. Like, I did public school all the way through. So I hit the 10th grade, and I did 3 years of private just to get that taste of like, damn, this how y'all living? Like, this is what upsets you? This is a concern? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this messes up your day. This is a speed bump, bitch. Like, y'all better figure this out, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then also just to see how different people carry themselves, what money does, what money, like the respect level that money brings, and just the whole nine. Just to see home ownership and see how people with money, how that money stay in the family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's people like, oh yeah, this is our beach house. This is our Witchcom house, and the house is paid for. So, you know what I mean? Just to see people living mortgage and rent free. Black, I ain't grow up seeing that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, black people, like, we check the checking it. Like, I'm like, damn, like, okay. But what
did he just say? He just said beach house?
Yeah, right. But,
that's the first that come my head.
but to see that and to see it be the norm and to see them parents leave something for their kids and grandkids, I'm like, yo, this is it. Like, this that's is
motivation for me.
This is where the struggle stops. And, like, you know what I'm saying? You can leave, like, black people, you know, since somebody passed away, we scrambling us. How we gonna pay for the funeral? Like, they were already paid for. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody stressed. Come on in, grieve, and let's celebrate your life, etc. Like, so, you know what I mean? I learned, and I so it's pros and cons to both sides. I wouldn't put my kid like in no private school straight through. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different if you do like Christian school, Catholic, or different stuff, like whatever you're into. But I don't know. Like, you could get real bougie real quick, depending on where you at, and then you be mad that your child and you got that dog or that fight, and like, you got you got them eating this damn glorified school lunch. We grew up on, we was happy with Pizza Fridays, the damn same rectangle pizza. We was hype about, Like, you know what I'm saying? I went to this
And
private
that little
school.
burrito. I used to have that burrito.
Right.
Burrito.
They had Domino's at the damn school.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, y'all got chicken patties. This is crazy.
Damn.
Like,
It was
a
sweet
plethora
like
of
that?
chicken patties, beef patties. Like, it was Domino's was there. Subway was there. Like, they had little stands that will make it right there fresh. And I'm like, man, y'all living crazy. This is crazy. Like,
I'm surprised y'all ain't have a gourmet meal.
Macaroni was the main dish. They probably do now. You know what I'm saying? No God, like they probably do now. It's crazy. Like D.I.Y's son out there now. Like the school I went to, his son played basketball out there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So
I didn't know that. Okay.
So yeah, so that's where they at now. So I'm pretty sure they got that thing even
better now.
Yeah. And
Wade probably put in like donations and stuff like that too. No.
Yeah,
man. Wade at the games on the court side, sitting on the side with the player chilling. So if Wade and Gabrielle coming to the game, hey, it's lit.
Yeah.
You know it's lit in there, man. So that's how I got that's how I got down here, and that was my schooling and all that good stuff, man.
All right, and then your pops, man, he's no one to play with. It seems like he what was it? He cut your cornrows before or something like that. You had a situation where he cut your cornrows.
He had a rough disciplinary procedures at time. I'm trying to figure out how to. I'm gonna word it up real good. I ain't gonna make it sound too crazy because he still works in the school. He works in the school board, and some of the students, they watch my content. So I ain't gonna say nothing too crazy.
Okay.
And they go back and be like, "Dang!" Like, you know what I'm saying? So or incriminate them.
Yeah.
But you know how
I
black
plead the
parents
fifth.
get down. Yeah. So anytime I got out of hand, like, that's what black parents do. They normally like they take what you pride yourself in, what you like the most. Like, oh, you like if you act up, oh, I'm gonna cut them dreads, or I'm gonna cut your hair, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that. So he took that tactic a lot, and I think in black homes coming up, we as black males, we weren't really taught to express our feelings or be emotional. Mm-hmm. It was always because I said so, or don't talk back, or like be tough. What you crying for? Stop crying. Don't give me something to cry about. Like, that's how I grew up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And a lot of time over a period of time, that could be traumatizing, and you could feel like expressing yourself is something wrong. Like, even with your homies, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got guy friends, like guys won't express their feelings emotionally with their own homies. Like, like, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? We talk about everything else. We talk about money, talk about clothes, cars, goals, ambitions, but we won't get emotional with one another. Say, oh, yeah, this hurt me, this upset me. So I've been having a tough week, man. I've been real emotional. I've been crying. I've been like, I really can't tell you if I ever had a homeboy come to me like, yeah, man, I had a tough week, man. I've been crying all week. I ain't never had no homeboy come to me like that. And that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? The fact that's not like available, like that type of love or brotherhood is not available because we're so taught to be strong and don't say nothing or do nothing that could be used down the long run if y'all have a falling out or something pop up. Be strong, like, you know what I'm saying? So
that's crazy.
That shouldn't be normalized at all.
Yeah,
we were just talking about something like this. Remember this conversation, Clark? But it was in a different point of view. It was more of how women can talk about sex and help each other with tips and stuff like that. But men will never have that conversation. We'll never cross that line.
The reason I don't know if you, my bad, T. I don't know if you agree with this, T. But like, so let's say a guy is like, having a problem with something, it may be in the bedroom or whatever. The women are more, they're way more open. But as a guy, we're like,
women are sitting in a circle. Women sit in a circle and power.
Yeah, man. And as the guy, we're like, we're not gonna say nothing to our homeboys because you never know. They might be like, oh, looking at your woman like, yo, they having a problem.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I can step in. That's my forte. Facts, man. Facts.
Nah, it's possibilities that can happen, man.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Yeah, but but that shouldn't be like it's literally normalized at an early age. Like sex is like an insult to young men at an early age. Like you could be 14, 15, you know what I'm saying? And and people be like, you know what I'm saying? You can say, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I made the dean's list. I made the honor roll. And then be like, so what? You ain't smashing. You ain't got no hoes though. You ain't smashing. Like, damn, bitch, I'm 15, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to hold them.
Yeah.
You ain't smack. You still a virgin though. Ooh, I be like, and then that make you like feel small. Like, but that's what these kids are dealing with, and it's probably even worse now with social media. But the fact that that's an insult, that you know what I'm saying, like, bitch, that you haven't given yourself to somebody, or that you didn't like, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know. That trying to be wild. I feel like the only time it was comfortable or okay to cry was like if you play sports and it was a big loss. Like you lost in the playoffs or lost the championship. That's the only time it's cool. Like, oh yeah, man, he really cared about the team. Like he crying, look at him. Yeah, they strong though.
That's crazy though. That needs to change though.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That needs to change because I grew up too like that. My father grew me up like men don't cry. And as you get older, you start to realize as you start having relationships with your friends, girls, you start dating girls, you realize like, damn, this shit is kind of traumatizing for real.
Right. And then even with that, like, you know what I'm saying, even when you do cry as a man, it's not normal to cry. But when you finally do cry, bitch, you be like, why the hell am I crying so long? Bitch, them tears been built up since 98, bitch.
Since you came out.
Them tears been trying to come out since 02. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man. Them tears must be back overflowed. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Back orders, like man.
Right. Yeah. So that'd be crazy. So I be thinking about all that, man, and just like coming up and upbringing and just in general. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like you don't think about that little stuff like that until somebody mentioned it. You be like, damn, that's so true. And everything you've been through, or I've been through growing up, small and little, of course, it shapes you whether you know it or not. Like, if you touch a stove and burn your damn hand, you're gonna be like, oh, hold up. Like, even the stove ain't on, you're gonna be looking at it like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's every aspect of life.
Okay. And then you play football too. I actually play football myself too, but I actually stopped playing football after I got hurt, and I just said, you know what?
What
I'd
you
rather
hurt?
play basketball.
What
They had me on running back, so I was running back with fullback, and I was doing little league football.
What was your injury?
It was my thigh or something like that. Something on my thighs. I forgot what it's called, but I got hit there, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I could do this the rest of my life.
They probably had a deep thigh bruise, that little contusion, call it a day.
Yeah, I called it a day. I was like, you know what? I was playing football and basketball, and I was like, damn, I don't know if I can, because I was playing sports, and I was like, damn, if I get injured in playing football, I might be done for basketball. So I was like, I love basketball more, so let me just continue that path. So I just started playing basketball. But I seen that you actually took it all the way to Canada. You was at the CFL. Yeah. So how was that in Canada and everything like that?
Man, I'm gonna tell you first and foremost about football. Like, you know what I'm saying? It taught me a lot about my life. And I feel like if I never played football, I wouldn't be where I am today. Like my mom always never let us quit any sport. I'm the oldest of 5. I got 2 younger brothers, 2 younger sisters, but she never let us quit any sport. And it just gave me that drive and work ethic and discipline to the self drive. I played basketball also, but I was trash. And you know what I'm saying? I really compare my skill set to like a Dennis Rodman. I'm gonna give you 120%. But don't ask me to score no points. Don't ask me to shoot the ball. Don't ask me to do
all the rebounds in the world.
All the rebounds, I dive across the bit. I give you maximum effort. But that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then even to this day, I go to play pickup ball, and I'm such a catfish because I'm 6'3", and I'm like 215, 220, and they pick me first. I'll be like, oh, no, bro. And they pass me that ball, I'll be like, oh, shoot it. I'm like, what? They be like, oh, my God. I drafted this dude the first round. So I'll be like that. So football, you know what I'm saying? I played in high school, played in college. I walked. Like, the only reason why I walked on my senior year, I dislocated and fractured my shoulder. We talk about injuries. Okay. Wow. I used to love running. I used to love running into people. You know what I'm saying? I was busting the wedge, running into O-linemen, tight ends, and then shattered that shoulder. So ain't nobody gonna want you. So I walked on, and then I earned that scholarship at FAU. And then at FAU, I hurt my other shoulder. So that's when I was like, damn, even if I want to play at the next level, I got to take care of myself. So if I just run y'all through like a quick injury list, I have hairline.
What position you was playing?
Safety.
Safety, okay.
Like safety, yeah. So
okay.
I had a hairline fracture in my nose. So the helmet came down, boom, it would knock. So I dealt with that. I had dislocated and fractured left shoulder senior year. I had sprained AC joint sophomore year. Tore all my ligaments in my elbow because I went to make an arm tackle and my elbow came forward, so hyperextended. And then so over all the years of playing football, I broke or dislocated 6 out of the 10 of my fingers. Now, I went to block a punt, got kicked in my wrist, and I dislocated my wrist. So, like, look.
Ooh.
Like it just popped. You get like so. But with that, coaches tell you tape it up, get back in there. So, and I played through a lot of these injuries, so I started thinking like, man, I want to play at a professional level. I got to start taking better care of my body and not put everything at risk. I can't run into everything full speed. So, but once I started playing like that, the coach wasn't feeling that, so I ain't play as much as I wanted to. So that's how I really ended up in the CFL. Like my junior year, I led the team in interceptions, and I wasn't even starting. How you got a bid coming off the bench like that? That's like a backup running back that got more touchdowns than the starting running back. Or more yards than starting. It just don't add up. So I went up in Canada and CFL. I was clueless. Like, you know what I'm saying? The temperature was in Celsius. I'm used to Fahrenheit. I ain't know if it's cold. I need a coat. I ain't know what the hell was going on. Damn gases and liters. We down with gallons. You know what I'm saying? We on a different matrix. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what was going on. So it was an adaptation. And I was on the fly, living in and out of hotels. And then I feel like I was just like a dummy hero. Like in football, you call a dummy hero like somebody you just put out there to just take reps. I feel like they already knew who they wanted in that position. And
Practice
I was
squad.
up there. Yeah, I was up there going through the motions. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how things wrapped up there. So when I got back from Canada, I was like, damn, it's about to be a wrap. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is my end of my days. Something I've been doing since I was 7 years old. I got to figure out what else can I do? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I started doing other things here and there. And then I just started creating content while working 2 or 3 other jobs, and it just popped off. So that's a short history of football. But my biggest thing I take away from football is the camaraderie. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
And the relationships with my teammates and the brotherhood. Like I bled, I sweat, I cried with these guys. I then broke bones with these guys. Like that's a everlasting relationship, even if I don't speak to them guys. I don't have to see them for 2-3 years. We link up, but it's like we ain't skip no beats. Like, you know, like no lie, like it never fails. I'm like, that's dope. And I would say in the time that we are right now, with the division in America, I would say white, black, Hispanic, that was a beautiful time for me because when you're on the same team like that, don't none of that matter. Like everybody's
just
really
about to bring
bro,
that up,
it's so
just
ridiculous, and I miss that so much. I'm like, yo, I was like, really, we had rednecks, we had like you could tell like out of their form. If they wasn't on the team, they'd probably be on some other stuff. We wouldn't even be talking, we wouldn't be friends, we wouldn't associate.
Exactly.
But up in here, you got my back, I got your back, and we depend and rely on each other, and we playing as a team, as a whole, as a unit. And I miss that. I ain't gonna lie, I miss that like every day. I'd be like, Dad, I just miss being on a team and just horse playing, cracking jokes, playing video games, chilling. And at the professional level, it's not like that because when I was in CFL, them people, they were going home to their family. Like it was like, oh, his niggas was married, like they had kids. Like they was like, all right, dap it. I'm like, what y'all doing tonight? They're like, Bill, I got
going home.
Shit, like, you know what I'm saying? I like, damn, I don't get on no Madden. Like, like nah. So it was like that. So that's what I take from it. Like, you know what I'm saying? A quick rundown of the football history.
That's crazy. Your size, your height, and everything like that. You're like a Christmas list on a NFL prospect list.
Yeah. I was a little smaller though. I came out like I'm like 215, 220 now, and probably a little stronger now. I was always a late bloomer. I was like 200, 205 coming out, but I was still moving. But I feel like everything happened for a reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see even a lot of these creators, young black creators, making a lot of money on YouTube, making a lot of money on the internet, or even young athletes. You know what I mean? I could only imagine if I was making the amount of money I was making now at 19, 20, 21. Like, you know what I'm saying? I see why people do dumb stuff, why they materialistic, why they buy all this stuff. Like, we wasn't brought up on that. Them commercials and you see them ads, they ain't got no black people in it. That stuff ain't for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like eating at a restaurant and they don't want you to eat there. Like, all right, well, I'm not giving you, I don't want to give you my money. Like, you know what I'm saying? I never understood that. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm glad it comes, or you see these young guys do dumb stuff. You're like, what was he thinking? Like, you ain't got the right person over top of you, no role model, no mentor, no father figure. You do some dumb stuff and it's growing pains, but then you can't, like, we did dumb stuff. I did dumb stuff and it wasn't showcased to the internet, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, ain't nobody know about this. Woo. You know what I'm saying? But now they doing this prime time on the middle of Instagram going viral and be like, and people be like, yo, what was you thinking? So it's a small margin for error.
So you're not a big fan of Gucci then, especially with the whole thing that
I'm not. No, I never. I ain't gonna lie. I never burn. I have no designer purchases except for the Gucci flip flops, and that was because of Future when he can't drop the song. I ain't gonna lie. So I had caught them joints early on, and I remember being on the phone with Gucci. I'm like, yo, let me get these. Like, how come they back? He was like, the white dude was like, I don't know what's going on. Everybody's ordering them. I'm like, man, he don't even know this song. It's been right. It's a Gucci flip. Like, yeah. Hey. I'm like, man, I said, how long you gonna think? He's like, it'll take at least 3 to 4 weeks. I said, well, come on, send me them hoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, that was dumb. You know what I'm saying? Some flip flops. It was $200 flip flops. Like, what the hell? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but I just never.
Quality was bullshit too.
It was rough and stiff. You gonna get a blister. Yeah. You gonna get a blister. Then they didn't fix them. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. You pay for the name, the hype. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell with your toes, nigga.
Yeah, that's crazy. I agree though. I think we should start taking care of the black business, the black, like putting our dollar in the the black dollar pretty much into black corporations and business. But at the same time, we need to start growing too. And I think that our generation is starting to change that, and then the younger generation is starting to take the torch, and they're starting to wake up too.
I feel like that too. A lot of people doing their own business. A lot of people doing their own thing. Even the women, like whether it's lashes, makeup, shoes, outfits, or being themselves, like or a site like Etsy where you could really be your own business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody doing their own thing, and I'm for it, man. Exactly. I'm all support. I will support. Like it took me. Like I go to I get like facials. I go to an esthetician. I go to a dermatologist just to take care of my skin and stuff. And, you know, I try to preach that on one of my channels to men, like, yo, you only got one skin, one body, one soul. Take care of yourself. That's not gonna make you feminine or less manly.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like you losing your mind if you don't take care of your body. Like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, like we know the black don't crack, but the black don't crack along with you taking care of yourself. Like you helping God out. Like y'all could tag team this thing. Like what you doing? Like so, but it took me in my city. It was only like 2 black dermatologists. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to go I was on a real search. Like, you know, just to make sure I was spending my money in the right place. And I was
might have to send me some of the people because I don't know any black dermatologists.
Yeah, it was 2 in the area, and I could have easily went somewhere for free because of my following. So they'd be like, "Yo," because I get laser hair removal on my neck also because I got ingrown hairs and different. So I'm getting that lasered up right now. But you know, people like I do that. We do that for you for free because you're following. I'm like, nah, I'm still trying to feed and put my money back that dollar back to my black folks. So it'd be like that, like man, but. You got to go on the search and on the hunt. And a lot of people be like, trying to figure out what they want to do with their life, what they want to do for a living. Like, I'm trying to, black people, like, there's other things out there. Like, we on the search. I'm like, the fact I only found 2 dermatologists in a city in South Florida. Like, that's crazy.
Wow, like, yeah. I never knew that. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
All right. So before you started doing YouTube, you actually got when you was at FA, you got your criminal justice degree and you got a minor in communications. Before you started doing YouTube, you was actually a security guard at Crystal Lake Middle School, correct?
Damn, bitch. Damn, bitch. I should have asked you these questions. No, it's all love. It's all love. I love my I love all the kids. Tpindell love the kids. So before YouTube and during YouTube, I was a teacher at one point. I was teaching a reading class, and I got into that position because the actual reading teacher got into some trouble, and she had a drinking issue, and she got on the flight and got into a dispute and almost a fight on the flight, which is damn near a felony. So they was like, all right, they put her on probation and they let that teacher back. And then when they let her back, the Monday after Super Bowl Sunday, she came to school drunk and fell asleep. And one of the kids went and told, so they fired her. So they was like, I started substitute teaching there. I was there for 2 days, and they was like, look, we got a position for you. Do you want to fill in this position? I'm like, look, man, I only been doing this for 2 days. This is my second day subbing in its entirety. This is my second day. I'm like, man, I can't take over no reading class, man. I said, it's my second day even substitute teaching. And he's like, okay. He's like, look, right now you're making $12 an hour. This position paid $27 an hour. I said, hey, I might be able to do that. I might be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? 27.
You said $27?
Where y'all want me stand at? Over there? So
the
that's
cat
how I got
in the
into,
hat.
like, that's how I got into that position, man. I was 22 years old and I had 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. So that's a 5-year gap. And
Yeah, that's a lot of. I can remember myself at that age group. That was a handful for you, probably, right? Ain't it?
It was a handful, and you still got to think. And in 4+ years, those same kids are going to be in college or coming out of college, and I'm seeing them at the bars and out and about. Oh, Mr. Tpindell, I'll be like, hey, chill out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or I go to an adult club, like the gentleman's club, and I see somebody dancing. I'm like, oh, you don't remember me? I used to be your student. I'm like, damn, I failed. Wow. I failed you.
Damn.
You up in here,
man.
The naked hustle. I failed. So I did that. I substituted. I coached. I worked at a 24-hour tanning salon as the night guy. You know what I'm saying? I was the only black guy working.
You was hustling, man.
They used to come in and be like, yo, I'm trying to get to your complexion. I said, look, this ain't gonna work, but you can get some of this tingle lotion or some of this stuff in the back. You know what I'm saying? It's about as good as it's gonna get. So, man, I did a plethora of things. I was all over the place because and still trying to do the YouTube thing and, like, you know what I'm saying, still trying to pursue football early on. So I was working from 11 p.m. to 9 a.m. at the tanning salon, and that worked out perfect because when I got off work, I go train for football because I needed my day to be open to train.
Damn. So and then at one point, I seen that you said that parents are actually complaining about some of your videos when you was at working at the school.
It be little stuff. You know what I'm saying? I respect it and I understand it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's foul language or whether somebody else is doing something, you know, you're teaching somebody or around, not even teaching, you're around somebody's child that's 10, 11, 12, 13. You see the content, you know what I'm saying? You might look at that content and be like, oh, that's funny, that's hilarious. But then if you find out somebody working on your kid, they'd be like thrown back and it's off. And at the same time, these kids watching everybody. And I didn't even curse in my videos back then because I knew I was working around kids. But you know what I'm saying? If they watching me, I know they're watching crazier stuff. But it's the internet.
Yeah.
Like your kids watching flicks, man.
They watch right now. I was gonna say.
Your kids are watching flicks, man. Like, and I didn't talk to girls, and they said, yeah, you know what I'm saying. The first time I watched something, like I was in middle school and we had a sleepover, and the girl was like, everybody grab a pillow, and the girl, and she said one of the girls put a video on and they started grinding the pillow like it was an actual dude. And that was in middle school. This girl told me. She was like, that's the first time I witnessed something. And she told me that as an adult. I'm like, oh, that's wild. Like, you know what I'm saying? So these kids are starting early and you ain't watching your damn kids. Like, these your kids. Like, that's your internet at the house. That's your computer at the house. Like, I could do my part, but you got to do your part too, man. Like, these ain't my kids. Raise your kids.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man. Like, I know my middle school, they were having kids in my middle school. When I was in middle school, they were having kids in my middle school.
Children?
Yeah, kids having kids.
Babies making babies? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. So, yeah, I don't know how it is now, but I know
it's probably worse. Because, you know what I'm saying? Even back then, like, they came out with the show little 16, 15 and pregnant or whatever.
Yeah.
That amplified it normalized early pregnancy a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but y'all ain't really had no damn kid. Like, and how you gonna make your mom or grandma, like, grandparents supposed to be able to relax and spoil the kids. They ain't supposed to be damn near raising kids all over again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not what it's supposed to be like.
Is that when you said, is that when you quit and you just focus on YouTube, or like?
No. Hey, whoa, wait a minute. No, sir. I couldn't afford to quit. I need that money. I had health and dental benefits. Like, I was trying to.
So at what point? When did you?
I was afraid. So that happened to me like 2 or 3 times, and I understood it. And then the administration was basically, not all, but some were like, you're creative, you're dope, go for it, move to LA. Some of them told me that, but some told me, like, stop doing these videos, you're gonna ruin yourself. While you're in there, you could be studying and getting your master's, go back to school. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not going back into debt. Like, I wasn't in no serious debt because I ended up earning a scholarship, but I still was in debt. Like, you know what I'm saying, from that. So like that was their mindset because they old heads too. They didn't even think there was no other way to do nothing or make them move. Yeah. Like, you look at that thing today, don't nobody want to work. Everybody want to be an entrepreneur and work from home and figure something out, make something move. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their drive, but that's what everybody wanted to do. Like, but back then, like, 15, 20 years ago, that was the norm. Go to college and get a job and then work 20, 30 years, retire, and then die in another 10 years. That's the norm. So you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, it gotta be more to this. And I never did anything regular. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and I don't care
Go
nobody
big, go
think.
home. Go hard and go home. What's the
Yes.
saying?
Hard to
Yeah,
go.
go hard,
Yeah,
go home.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple conversations, but I didn't leave my job until you know, working as a substitute or working as security. You're literally getting paid the lowest on campus. But at the time, social media was paying me as much as an assistant principal or a principal. But they didn't know that, and they didn't realize that. And so like that last year before I left, I think I was making like, I don't really like throwing the numbers out. I say I probably make like anywhere between like 60,000-70,000 on the internet, and then I was still bringing in that measly 15 to 25 with the job. And when I left, I was like, hey, I'm saying I came in there, let them know I won't be back next year, and then no lie, I went from 100,000 subscribers, and then that next year I hit 1 million, just from focusing on my passion and my craft. And this is before and that's such a big jump, because people can do 1 million now in a month or two because everybody on the internet. This is before everybody was like hitting that month. Like this is like 2012, 2013, 2014. People wasn't even even making no YouTube account yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hit that thing early. And so I was doing like 70, 80,000 subscribers a month. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just coming in. It was coming. I was just like, I'm like, damn, like I was putting my all into what I had, and I still ain't had no camera or no computer. I was using my phone, so it couldn't get dark. I had to hurry and film before it got dark because they had no lights. And then I would go back to FAU and use they computer, their Mac computer, because it edited HD content. And then I edited it there and hurry up, edit it, and then put it on the internet. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I started investing in myself and got my own stuff. But I'm like, bitch, like, that's how people like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, damn, how come me in the 10 million? I'm like, I did this at an earlier time period, like when it was like, there wasn't nobody even on it like that, and there wasn't no black faces on it. So I really had, like, I can only imagine, like, you know, when you a person of color, you literally got to work 5-10 times harder. Like, I know I used to get upset with YouTube. I'm like, look, when I collaborate with women or men that are white and they're in my thumbnail, my views are higher. Why is that? And they can't control who clicks on what. But I already knew the answer to that. I don't know. I ain't had to answer that. If somebody would have did my content, the exact same content, and I do my content, and there's a white creator, and they had the same following as me, they gonna get more views than me. They gonna grow faster than me. Like that's just what it is, and that's just how it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like people, we watch Living Single, and we love Living Single, but then Friends came out. Big. Come on, man. Living Single was better than Friends. And it was funny at Friends, but Friends had what, 6-7 white folks, and what was predominantly the U.S. is predominantly white folks. So it was like, oh man, Friends is all time the best show ever. I'm like, it's kind of a knockoff. Living Single, like, you know what I'm saying?
Living Single was Living Single was that show, man.
Khadijah, I'd be like,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, this about to be funny, yeah. Like so. So I look at it like that.
Okay.
But I love the grind. I love working hard, man. I love it. I love the adversity. Sometimes, you know, everybody get down. There's nothing wrong with getting down. Nothing wrong with praying or talking to yourself, meditating, any of that. And then getting back to work. And then at the same time, a lot of us as people, we make goals. We meet those goals. And then I was surrounded by so many like-minded individuals and people that were further on than me. I never took it in. Like 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers. Wow, I just did 6 figures this year. Like, you know what I'm saying? All I wanted to do was pay my rent off of this or pay the utilities. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like I never took that in. I was just like, keep going. So a lot of people don't never just like chill out, enjoy the scenery. Enjoy it. It's like, you know, enjoy your coffee and chilling it. Not saying that you sitting there like you made it, but just enjoy what you built and how far you've come. Because a lot of times I might not be happy where I'm at, but if I look at the fact that there are a bunch of people that would love to be in my position, like people don't understand that. Like it's people that that would love to be where you at. That's their goal. That's their out of the box goal. You know what I'm saying? So like just to take that in consideration and think about that, like even talking about it now, just think about it like I'm like boom, like that's what's up. Like I'd be upset with myself when I have a 24 check to-do list. If I don't get finished my to-do list, I'll be sitting over here mad in a rut. I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got a lot done today. Like pat yourself on the back and let's kill some stuff tomorrow.
That's good. You don't like to stay comfortable. You like to keep taking on new levels, getting better every day.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have that drive though. Like that's one thing I like about LeBron. That's what I like about LeBron. He won the championship. He's still trying to go back to work.
Man, you gotta be hungry, and it's another thing is it's about your legacy, and it's about competing with yourself. Like I never been the type of person that compare my life to somebody else. I could look at somebody like, oh, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? But when people like, yo, if you see an actor, like, what actor do you want to be? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the corniest thing I used to be like, oh, I want to be like a Denzel or like a Will Smith. Like that's a different time period, and people took a different path. It's a new day. Mm-hmm. You look at Will Smith, look at all these people now. Now they're trying to jump on social media. You got to adapt. Like everybody, you have to adapt. So it's just a different time. Like so, it's no blockbuster hits right now. Like even music 10 years ago. 15 years ago, it used to be a song that lasts the whole summer. A song ain't lasting more than 2-3 weeks for it.
Yeah. On to the next one.
I nigga used to drop an album and it lasts for the year. It don't happen like that no more. It's just a new day. So I just always want to be like the best me I could be. Like, how can I be better? How can I do something better? And that's just been the gist of everything. And I know people don't have that dog in them, that fight in them, or that want to in them to be an entrepreneur or to do it. But man, I tell y'all no lie, I done helped over 100 people. I didn't talk to over 100 people. I done sat down I done told people about camera equipment, audio, how to start a YouTube channel. And they turn around and do YouTube for a month, 3 months and be mad that they ain't getting millions and millions and ain't working from home and chilling. I'm like, yo, and they quit. And I be looking like, man, I didn't waste my time talking to this person. But at the same time, if I talk to 100 people or 200 people and 300 people and 1 or 2 people pop off from that, I feel like I did what the hell I needed to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I reached 1 or 2 people, but it's really a work ethic. And I can't get discouraged or upset because other people don't have that same drive.
Yeah, especially in sports too. I used to get mad at the player and I'm like, I can't get mad at him. I did what I did to help him out. And if you don't want to keep on pushing, that's not my fault no more.
You should have smacked him in the back of the net. Listen, hey man, get your ass. Hey, what you doing?
Should have did what Jordan did. Should have did what Jordan
Jordan
did.
stole us. Jordan with a 2-piece Jordan.
Yeah. But what was your favorite video that you made and you knew that was gonna blow?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Early on, like I don't do them anymore because you can't get no ads running on them, and it's very time consuming. I enjoyed every parody I made. Like I used to parody a lot of songs. I used to dress up as Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Drake, 2 Chainz, just everybody. You know what I'm saying? And because you got to find somebody to remake the beat, you got to write the lyrics, you got to record the song, memorize the lyrics within 20 to 48 hours, which is hard as hell. Go to edit that, make sure the music match up to the music, then push it out on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, So all my parodies were like utmost my favorite videos to create and make. And parodies always give you like music gives you I gotta hear that again, run it back, play it again. So like it gives you just more of a feeling of I want to watch or I want to see that again and see what he did. And I always had the funnest times like making and creating them. So that's it. Like all of this stuff, man, was self-taught. Like nobody taught me how to edit. Nobody taught me how to do none of this. Like I just was like doing it, and when I see somebody do something, like and I YouTubed how to do it, and I did it, and I'm like, damn, that's what's up. So that's why I be saying people like, oh, I don't know how to edit. I'm like, yo, it's middle school kids doing this right now. Stop playing. Like if you put their little mind to it, you can knock this out. Like kids is doing this and killing it. So that's some of my favorite content. I don't have an individual favorite video, but like I think all my parodies, music video parodies were like fun for me to do and watch afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to see. Go ahead, Clark.
No, I was gonna say you feel like you would do those parodies again because you know how like
So the biggest thing for the parodies, is the music doesn't last as long as it used to. Remember I just mentioned that? It's not like it doesn't, but even when I hear a song, I can hear a song and be like, oh, that's gonna pop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember watching, like, I don't know what the VMAs or whatever, but 2 Chainz came out with I'm different. I'm different. I'm like, yo, that's laid back, but I swear to God, if like we jamming to that right now, if you've been drinking and you in the club and you vibing with your friends and it's beautiful women around and this come on, everybody about to think they're different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and what happened? It was a #1 song. And like I put those take so much time in the fact that I can't make no revenue because right now they'll get striked by MMG or the music company or whatever, and they'll take all the ads from that video. So I'm not making anything from those anymore. So it's not beneficial because it's so time consuming. People are like, oh, you should make it for fun. And I'm like, I understand that, but like this takes me a solid 2 to 3 days of doing nothing but, and you know what I'm saying? Then I'll be sitting there trying to do it, and like I don't remember the words I just wrote yesterday. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know that by heart yet, but I did a song one time. It was I'm in love with the cocoa. When OT Genesis had it, I did I'm in love with Chipotle. I was like, I'm in love with Chipotle. And that did like a million views the first week. And that's viral back then. Like, so like, and I think that song came out like 2011 or something, 12 like that. But that they like somebody sent me a video of it played at like a big ass white like music festival. I'm talking about like something like it was like $40, $60 and they was just jamming to it. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Chipotle was like always like Chipotle. I don't know what it is. White folks love Chipotle and they love Starbucks. Like, you know what I'm saying? They gonna like Chipotle, Starbucks. So, like the same. It's like
Starbucks will never go anywhere for them. Chipotle maybe because now they got something called Bole.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Bole slap.
Yeah.
I get
but Starbucks, they love that Starbucks.
They be cheating on the shrimp.
Yeah.
Like, hey, whoa.
Hey, come on.
Put some more shrimp on there. But yeah. So it be like that.
Yeah, like especially that song with the Stay Scheming, man. I was like, what are they talking about? Space demons? I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
He said space demon. I'm like, hold on, what is French Montana talking about?
Right.
I was like, man, that would make a mean ass remix like for a comedy. But yeah, that was.
So I was knocking out everybody back then, man. So Lil Wayne, and that's when like earlier I was walking around in the mall filming. They would kick me out the mall, like. Yeah, I was on CNN one time because they was like a video called like the Apple Store dance song. So you just go to the Apple Store, put music on, and you just dance in the middle of the Apple Store. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna jump on that. Man, I went 2 days. They hit me up. I'm like, yeah, sure. I thought it was like somebody was playing. I was on. Everybody called me like, oh, I just seen you on CNN. I'm like, what? And then on it. So that's cool.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
I did want to talk about this too. Did you see the clip where Jenny May, I think that's her name, right? Where she was talking about being submissive to her man once you get married to Jeezy?
The Asian young lady, right? That's with Jeezy?
Yeah, there's Jeezy,
Okay.
yeah. And she was saying that once she get married, she's gonna be submissive to Jeezy.
Nah, I ain't see the clip. What she waiting for marriage for? Like, what the hell? Like, why she ain't been submissive? She's gonna flip a switch. She's gonna be like, here goes submissive. Bloop. Jeezy might be like, oh, I don't like this one. I don't like this one. Go back. Like, nah. So what's up? What you think?
So I asked Lisa, our co-host, and she was like, hell no.
Lisa?
Sorry, I've been working all day at the barber shop, so I'm like all dusty.
Lisa ain't got her eyebrows on, huh? Yeah, eyelashes.
No, I don't need eyebrows and eyelashes. I can show you guys.
No, no pressure. Oh, okay. Hold on, it's 2 of you.
See, that's the lip makeup. That's the afterwork, you know.
Oh, that's all love. How you doing?
Hi.
What y'all think? What y'all think about the Jeezy thing, man? Y'all, let me hear y'all on this one first.
So go ahead, Lisa. Go ahead, since you said you won't be submissive. So what's your
I
point of
won't be
view?
no fucking submissive. Just because I like to do what I want to do when I want to do. I like to make my own money. I like to do my own things. I don't want anybody telling me what to do. My man still comes home to a cooked meal. He don't ever clean. He never has cleaned in 7 years. He don't even know where the fucking broom is. But I don't gotta be submissive for that. So just saying, I
All right, go
will
ahead.
not
I'm gonna let y'all.
participate.
I'm gonna let y'all
To
go.
each his own, but I
Right.
personally will not participate.
Right.
Nor,
Right.
nor was like my dad like that or my mom. So,
Right.
I don't feel like I gotta
Go
be
ahead.
like
Y'all
that
go
to have a
ahead.
successful relationship. But I know men like that shit. But I'm not
Hey,
into that
Lisa.
whole spanking stuff that people do too. That's some fucking
Oh,
weird
you
Lisa,
shit.
talking about?
this is escalating, Lisa.
No, you haven't seen. There's another video I was watching on Snapchat on one of those like weird videos, that they have, like true life of whatever the fuck. And it was like that they do submissiveness, but it's in a sense of like some people would find it abusive, but it's not abusive. So like if you don't follow these rules, you either have to write on a paper 10 times, like I will be submissive to my man, or like that you get spanked with like a wooden thing. Yeah, look it up. I'm serious. It's some weird shit out there.
Yeah, that's crazy right there. I don't know about that one.
Man, I
Go ahead,
mean,
Clark. I know you got a funny point of view of this too.
that's funny. Nah, I mean the submissive. I mean, I didn't really look into it, to be honest. But I mean, it can go both ways. But yeah, because this kind of goes to the topic. Because I was watching your video about not simping. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that, and I see you got the movement going on. So
Yeah.
I was going to ask you something about that. But as far as like being
We can add after this. Don't forget your question.
No, I remember. Yeah, no, it's like I was gonna ask you something,
Hold
but I mean,
on.
as far as
Yeah, let's talk about this first, and then we go to we'll chop it on. Cause I gotta get with Lisa.
Yeah, no, but I see what Lisa's talking about, because that's pretty cool that she does all of that, but it's not like in a submissive way. Like, oh yeah, honey, I'm gonna do this, and do that. It's like we all pitch in together. That's how I feel. Like, I don't feel like a woman has to submit to anything. I think we both have our own thing going on, and we come together and we pitch in, like just basically about equally, or do you know what I'm saying? With the kids, with at home, I take out the trash, she may cook, or I may cook and take out, something like stuff like that, and even it's like not even just like chores, house chores. It could be something like as far as chick or whatever. I don't appreciate that, and you kind of submit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't your friend before, now you're friends with her, and things like that. So if I'm gonna listen to my woman, I kind of gotta keep it big. You know what I'm saying?
I
like
agree.
Stuff like that too.
What you got? What you got?
So because I was trying to see, like, I had to go on Google to find out the definition of submissive because everybody was talking about it. So I was like, let me go see what the definition is. And it was like a relationship who is obedient, giving power and control to another participant. So in my opinion, in my relationship, in the beginning of our relationship, my girlfriend was not submissive at first, because I guess she said she felt like I wasn't 100% in all the way. It was more like a whole bunch of questionings, where is this leading to and everything like that. And as we started dating later on, like a year after, that's when she became submissive. My thing is, when she says once we get married, why do you have to wait till you get married? Why couldn't that be established before you
Because
got
what if
married?
it's not
Right?
permanent?
That's a setup. A marriage is permanent.
No, I know I'm married. I'm the only one married on here. Well,
But
no, I don't know if you're married, but
that's a setup. That's a setup.
TP ain't playing.
All right, so look, that's a set. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that. All right, so let's talk about this real quick. Let me say how I feel. Like, I don't like the definition of being submissive. I don't agree with that. I don't want to be with nobody. I don't want to be in love with nobody that's gonna go down like that. I don't want to control you. I don't want you to answer to me. I don't want none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really in some 50-50 type stuff. And that's not on the aspect of we splitting the bills down the middle. Because if you make 100,000 and I make 50,000, we should not be splitting the bills down the middle. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be broker than you after we pay for everything. And I don't want to come to nobody, and I don't want you to come to me for no damn allowance. So we need to feel even. I want everybody to feel comfortable and loved and feel equal. It got to be equal respect. So being submissive, what I take from that is when a woman feels like that you keep them safe, you make them feel comfortable, and you love them, and they can confide in you, and like, you know what I'm saying, you their best friend, that's when that submissive will come into play. And I feel like that's vice versa. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I could feel like that in a woman, I could trust her with everything, and that loyalty there, like, bitch, like I don't have a problem with if she has a problem with something or something bothering her. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's still, you pick your battles with what you want to fight on, and then you still compromise. So, but I feel like in this day and age, women are such like, I am the bag, get the bag, find somebody who's gonna spend the bag on you. Girl, if he ain't gonna do it, somebody else gonna do it. That's true. Like, but bitch, look, I'm saying, I love you, I adore you, I'm trying to grow old with your ass. Like, focus. Like, this is a big picture. After this dude knock your ass down, he might not like you that much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how it is, because guys are such like physical creatures. Like, oh my gosh, she's so fine, she's so this, she's that. I'm like, guys, somebody got tired of Rihanna. Somebody got tired of Beyonce. Like, if you ain't got no heart in there, or you ain't got your feelings in that, it ain't gonna work like that. So as far as being submissive, I feel like when things hit the fan, sometimes women can be a bit more rational and a bit more emotional in their feelings. We got a different type of testosterone. We got a different type of thing going on. I feel like men are more of a, babe, just chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can figure this out and be more calm about the situations. Like, women don't really be having that, and especially like the damn period come, that time of the month come, y'all whole new specimens. Like, I be like,
you gotta be careful with that, TP. You gotta be careful with that. You gotta be careful with that one, because I asked the female about that.
Lisa just said, well.
I don't have that problem because I don't have one. So technically, I can't really relate anymore.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, as far as being submissive, like I just want to be like, you know what I'm saying? We talk about it like, boom, like it has to be. Y'all could be 50-50, respect each other the same, but it still has to be like a leader of the household. And it like normally in the shit,
which is usually men.
Right, but at the same, that don't mean no be no disrespectful or be no ass or no crazy or carry you.
But I think there's different ways of being submissive. I think that's just being in an equal relationship. I don't think that's necessarily submissive. That's just being equal. Like, you should be doing that in a relationship regardless. And I'm not trying to control nobody. Like people. You can't do that. That's too much.
That's corny. Yeah, that's corny. And I wouldn't even want to be in a relationship. Like, that's not a relationship. If you feel like you control somebody,
it's like you got a kid.
Right, this ain't no partnership, man. Like you like, you know what I'm saying? That's wild.
You can't make your own decisions. But
at the same time, when you say you move how you want to make money how you want to do this how you want to, like that's what's up. That's great that you motivated.
Well, no, my husband is 100%. We're both equal in that, though. Like, we're equal owners of our properties. We're equal owners of our businesses. I may come up with the idea. He may be in there half the time. I may be doing behind the scenes. So, no, it's definitely 100% 50-50.
Yeah. Oh, that's
like, there's no, I mean, obviously, like, I'll take a vacation. He'll take a guy's trip, stuff like that. We have our space. But as far as, like, submissive, no, we're a partnership. That's what a marriage is,
I just want to make sure you ain't in there hitting his ass with haymakers.
No, yeah, right. I don't got time for that.
Why did say clean?
No, yeah, right.
He be in there like this.
No, I don't think we'd be 7-8 years in, if it were like that.
You'll be surprised. Some people stay in relationships like that.
Right. You let him go outside and stuff? You let him go outside?
Always. Okay. We have a rule. We don't talk all day. So we have something to talk about when we get home.
Oh my God.
So, he does his thing. I do my thing.
It's all love. But at the same time, I definitely believe different strokes for different folks, and like people get so indulged and trapped with a cookie cutter lifestyle. Like, this is what we're supposed to do. This is how we're supposed to live. This is how life's supposed to be. Nah, that's not it.
You gotta blame social media for that. TV
too. It's really crazy. Man.
That's not even social media. It's more of like reading Disney books, because that shit's false.
Disney books.
There's no happily ever after.
These girls go home at 20, 24, 25 years old, and their grandparents be like, "So what's going on with you? You ain't got no boyfriend. You ain't nothing going on." Like they feel that pressure early, man. And when they hit 27, 28, they tired of being the bride.
Because our parents and
Like,
grandparents got married by like arranged marriages, or like, oh, we were neighbors, you know, shit like that.
yeah.
So it's like they want the whole generation to follow.
It's 2020. People just going on. People driving in their car saying what's good in the city on Tinder. Let me go ahead to Palm Beach real quick, see what's hot.
No.
TV said.
Swiping, bitch.
So yeah, this is perfect to transition into the topic that Clark was talking about. Go ahead, Clark, with the simp versus alphas.
Yeah. So okay. So with the simping, like especially with the video, man. So I was like looking at it and I was like, man, a lot of guys are like that. But like, did you feel like when you came up with that, was that was that from being naive when you were younger, or was that just something that you see from as far as with society?
See, that's just like a thing when we just talked about the materialistic thing, and I would say from a young age, being an athlete and having an athletic build, being tall, et cetera, me personally, I know all men don't deal with this. I have always felt like I am enough myself. I don't need no accessories. I don't need none of that. And I'm confident, like I'm not no a-hole. I still to this day, and people around me, I want to make sure everybody having a good time, everybody comfortable, everybody having fun. And I always hear like people meet me, like, oh my God, you're so nice. I thought you were gonna be like a dude show. I'm like, nah, why you see that? Because your pictures that you posted out. I'm like, no, that's not me. But as far as that alpha male mentality, like I don't want no guy out there to feel like that they got to be used to get what they want, because ultimately people come into things with ulterior motives. That's women and men. And I'm just letting them know, like, if a woman see you, like, within the first 10 seconds, like, she sees you as somebody she could potentially date, somebody she could potentially use, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a 5% chance, like, maybe y'all work together, something you can grow on her, and she finds out you're a sweet guy. That don't normally happen like that. Like, you're literally wasting your money, your time, and your life minutes. So I try to tell guys to take care of what they need to take care of, love themselves first, get their own money, and become their own person. And once you have something to offer, like you will become the prize too, because the whole world will say the woman's the prize. But y'all both the prize. If you chasing somebody, they running away from you. But y'all should be going at each other like this. Ain't no way in hell I'm chasing somebody. It's not happening. I'm like, oh yeah, he chased me. He was after me for a year or two, and then it finally happened. But what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. Somebody was knocking you down that first year or two. He was after you. So you had other interests, and somebody was keeping your ass preoccupied and busy. You wasn't bored.
Yeah, that's
you were just chilling. Like, so I just try to teach guys, like, to love yourself, respect yourself, get your bag, take care of your body, and all of that, and then don't go after somebody that you want. Go after somebody that wants you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that person's gonna love you right. Like, if you just go after somebody, you mess around and chase somebody down for 2-3 years, be like, yeah, girl, he did all of this for me. Man, she gonna feel like she's settled. She might be out of there on your ass, man. She might be outside, like, doing her own thing. I'm not saying everybody, but it's a high percentage. So that's my whole thing about that simping. Like, you're gonna be feeling don't like that beta male stuff. Like, I get it, it's fine. And the alpha male doesn't mean to be rude or a-hole or none of that. Like, man, you could love, you could be in the marriage, you could be in love, you could be all of that, but just you got to have some kind of dignity and respect for yourself.
So,
walk all over your damn body and your soul, Bill. It got to be equal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I want you being just as infatuated with me as I am with you, and that's harmony.
And that's how I feel these days. Is that like I feel like a lot of women want the simp these days. They just want to run and trample them over.
Briefly.
Briefly, yeah. And then they have the dude on the side and messing with that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And a lot of people be like, oh, you're gonna run through five to 10 futures, and then you're gonna meet a Russell Wilson. But Russell Wilson ain't no simp. That's just a grown ass man that's ready to settle down and know what he want, and he ready to love that woman. He ain't simp on that. He's mature enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? That, like, you run through 10 futures, that's a kid. That ain't no man. Like, it's somebody that's not ready, and you got trapped because you looked at him and you was and certain things was appealing to you. So, but that's
not just that. That's the problem with some women. They try to change you or try to say, "Hey, I see a future with him. I see this and that. Let me take him and let me make him a man.
Let me mold that man. Let me mold him.
Mold the man. Yeah.
Hey, they be like this in the kitchen. I could do something with him.
Done with it. I fucking
They be like,
can't.
oh yeah, I got one, y'all.
I fucking can't.
You cannot change a man. You cannot make. You can't mold a man.
And sometimes a man will change to try to.
I think you can enhance
that won't be him.
certain things.
Enhance.
Like sometimes if you don't know how to put the toilet seat down, it's just common sense. Or
communicate, open up,
learning how to wash laundry. Things like that. I think you can help you guys like change and just kind of like enhance your skills at them.
Communication.
I think, my husband's taught me how to use a drill and drill bits, and I've taught him how to paint. I think everyone just has their things, but no.
At the same time, you gotta understand. He taught you how to drill, and you taught him how to paint. That's quality time, and that's quality time, like with each other.
No, but he has an obsession with cars. Like he builds Hondas, like thousands and thousands, like turbo. Clark knows, okay?
Yeah,
thousands. All right. So I at first
they got
was
12
like,
cars in the house.
Like you need to save money, like you need to not like spend so much money in cars. And then it hit a point where I was like, but it's not my fucking money. And it's your hobby. I'd rather that than you out in the club doing some crazy shit. You know what? You want to spend your hard-earned money on your own stuff? You know what? Congratulations. As long as it ain't coming out of my shit.
Let's go back to when Lisa said that's not my fucking money. I heard people who get married when they say when we get married it's both of our money. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I do. For mine, ours, we don't share a bank account. His money's his money. Dope. My money's my money. We split things in the household. We buy things for the household, groceries, light bills, whatever. Like we contribute on properties, but we don't share a bank account. His bank account is his. My bank account is mine. And I think I don't need to know what he's spending. He doesn't need to know what I'm spending.
Yeah, that's when it get a little stalkerish.
As long as things are paid, I just feel like, if you want to join it, have one where you have like a goal to put things together for a house or for a kid or whatever, sure. But I think that, is it an obligation? No. I didn't even want to change my last name, but I did because, I had to give in, but whatever. I didn't think that was an obligation.
No, she ain't want to submit to nothing, bro.
Listen, my last name is like original, right? And his last name is common. So I felt like.
So she married him like this little rinky dink ass last name. I'm so sick of
it. So I didn't want to change it, but I gave in after a while. You just kind of had to.
That's all good. That's what's up.
But no, I don't think you should have to share it.
Different strokes for different folks, man. I feel like, I don't work for everybody. And some people work. So some people just pour with money. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, for sure. You don't need to add debts to one another.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what was your thoughts on Dr. Dre's situation with his ex-wife?
I got something for that.
He got raped. Poor baby.
I prayed on it.
That's not even fair.
I ain't gonna lie. If something like that happened to me, I'm gonna go get all my money, right? I'm gonna get all my money. And I'm gonna just
I feel bad for him though. That's a lot. You don't even need $40,000 a month in child support.
She says she needs money for entertainment. She needs money for
dry
clothes and
she just had a good lawyer.
Hey.
She didn't win though. She lost the case. She lost the case.
Doesn't matter. She won. She got $40,000 a month.
But she wanted.
Yeah, but it's not what she initially wanted though.
Yeah, but
regardless, that's a lot of money to do nothing for someone else's hard-earned fucking money.
From what I heard, she signed a prenup and then
she did.
And she says now she was under the influence when she signed
No,
it.
she said that they ripped it up. He told her that it was
but
no
he
they
has,
longer
he
ripped it
had,
up.
valid.
yeah.
But how I
But
I'll
feel
be like,
that
about
don't
that.
mean the state don't have it. The state have it.
This been faxed in, baby. I can rip this up in front of you, but we faxed this in
Exactly. You
weeks
can have
ago,
copies.
Yeah.
You can have copies. Like it could be any like.
But check, but check this out. Here's how I feel, right? She was with Dr. Dre for 25 years. She didn't brand herself at all. Like he came up with the beats by Dre. How come she didn't come up
and
with
she
that?
ain't come out and be like, I want to do this, or I want to do this, or help me do
Exactly.
this. He would have did that.
Yes.
Like create your own. Like that's even like Russell Simmons when he was married to what's the young lady name?
Kimura.
Right. He helped her brand herself and move out,
Yeah.
branch
Bro,
out.
he gave her
and after the
1.5
fact-
million.
And after the fact, he was happy for her. He was like, "Hey, she doing her thing. I'm happy for her." Like, but this girl ain't want to do nothing. You can't sit back and chill.
No, she better do something with that 40 grand. I sure would.
Yeah, 40 grand a month. Yo, you chilling. You all right. You all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. You better than I.
You ain't getting a damn 40 grand in a year. Like, you know what I'm saying? You better chill on that 40 grand.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I did want to I seen one of your videos before we wrap it up that you did a video. I forgot what it was called, the title, but you was like I wanted to ask you, how do you pre-warn your homies now when you bring a girl over?
To me.
So I seen the video where you was like you pre-warn your homies that you brought the girl over, and the homies was like, "Isn't that girl? That's that girl you had last week."
Man, all that right there.
Because you said it happened to you.
That's from early on, like college life right now. Like I ain't got no roommates, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm chilling. I ain't gotta worry about no stuff like that. If I'm out and about and chilling and everybody having a drink, whatever, like somebody will say some dumb stuff. Like, oh yeah, we met before. I'm like, bitch, chill out. Y'all never met. But as far as at the crib, like early on, like I got rid of all them roommates. As far as like, cause I initially I was living in a house. It was a 4-bedroom house. Everything was nice, man. Had a pool, 2-car garage, everything. And then, but once I started making good money, I was like, I ain't having no roommates. I'm gonna just like, instead of working I'm gonna work as the property manager, and then I'm supposed to be renting these rooms out. I'm gonna just cover this with my money, so I don't have nobody living here. Because what was happening, they was trying to have parties. Stuff was breaking. Like it was just a bunch of reckless stuff happening. And I hated like sitting grown ass men down and be like, "Hey man, we talked about this. Told you no smoking in the house. I told you Like I was like, all right, I'm deading all this. And then I ain't had to worry about filming because I ain't had to warn nobody. Like I'm filming tonight. I'm filming. Like, you know, so just letting y'all know, et cetera, et cetera. So don't have no loud music if you're trying. You got to work the next day. So, but I don't worry about that aspect no more. But that was just like every skit or everything I make is something I've been through or something somebody close to me or one of my friends has been through. It's just relatable ass content that people watching can be like, yo, that's crazy. And people like get at me all the time, like, yo, why you still doing student videos? You're not in school no more. Or I'm like, man, I'll do student videos. I'll dress up as a granddaddy. I'll play a 7-year-old person and get on my knees like Roscoe. Like back in the Martin days, like at the door, like I can do it all. Like you're not gonna put me in a box. I'm gonna do what I want when I want, and that's the beauty of having my own channel. I can create any kind of content I want when I want to. So
is there any other YouTubers that you pay attention to, like you watch that you're fans of, or?
I don't know. As far as YouTube, like I'm more on the techie side. I don't really create content like that. Like, but I watch like stuff that's coming out, like as far as tech stuff like that, like I do stuff like that, and so it's not. I don't really watch anybody else that creates like skits because I feel like ain't nobody really been in it. Like the cast that I kind of came up around were like the Hot Down My Rock, Spoken Reasons, Dormtainment, Deshaun Raw, Stephen Joe, like you know, that's the group I came up around. So. I'm saying I feel like all the young cats doing it, like that's great and that's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I see stuff and I'm like, damn, he ain't even switch lenses. He ain't do no camera angle. He ain't got that bit on his tripod. He got this thing in his hand. Like, how the hell is he getting so many views? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, like maybe I'm doing too much like for my video, like I need to dumb it down a little bit because I be seeing people pop off and I'm like, damn, this dude did this from just holding a phone in his hand like this, like so. I see stuff here and there, but as far as skits and sketch comedy, I don't really watch too many things of that nature. Like when I create content, before I think of an idea, I literally YouTube search it to see if someone done it before, because that's the biggest thing. I've been in the game so long, I done made videos and I already did the videos, and then once I upload it, I be like, oh snap, I got to call this part 2. I didn't did this already, like you know what I'm saying? Like I just been doing it so long, so it's been like that. So, and I don't like watching content of other people because like sometimes that messes up your mental thought of what you want your content to be.
I agree.
So,
okay. What do you think is the hardest thing about being a YouTuber? Would you say the editing or?
Man, hell no, man. Editing right now. Sometimes if I really want to get busy, I sit down and edit and I turn my Wi-Fi off on my computer. That way I can't go to Twitter. I can't go to Snapchat. I can't go to Instagram. I can't go to Facebook. I ain't got no internet. I'm about to edit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's it. But the hardest thing is working from home, being an entrepreneur is and this is my literally my yearly resolution goal is just communication. Like I always strive to communicate better with my brothers and sisters, my parents and my family. I'm like, I got to do better. I got to keep better contact. I shouldn't just be talking to one of my siblings once a month. It's got to be weekly. Like I got to be talking to my mom and my dad every other day. That's the strongest and biggest thing. Like you can lose track of time and you can work and you can act like you're so busy because none of this don't mean nothing. Like what am I doing all this for? You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this to help my family, to create a way, like to like that's everything. So that's my biggest. I feel like I don't know, like challenge is communication and making sure I'm communicating and showing my loved ones love because we not here forever. So that's my biggest thing.
Okay. All right. Well, I wanted to end it with this last question. I don't know if Cork has more questions, but I know you are a Ravens fan.
That bit, hold on. That bit had 12 last questions, man. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never seen nobody. No. Hey, I mean, this is my last. Go ahead. We can
That's
talk
how I
about
get that. That's how I get everybody.
We at church. We at church. I'm gonna close it. We ain't getting out of here. We ain't gonna make Old Country Buffet. We ain't going nowhere. Go ahead.
But yeah, I was about to say the Ravens. How far you think they're going? Yeah, how far you think they're going this year?
You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's definitely a Super Bowl contender, but you know what I'm saying. Last 2 years we've been balling, but we have yet to win a playoff game under the Lamar Jackson era. I'm a big Lamar fan. I know it can happen. It's not only him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got to step up. So I'm trying to win the whole thing. Like, last year I was very disappointed. Like, I went up there and I watched and went to the Tennessee Ravens game when they lost. And I had my money set aside for a Super Bowl ticket. I put that money over here. I said, it's in Miami. I'm home. I got my own place to stay. I'm going to this game. And then it didn't happen. And I was messed up. I'm really upset because the Ravens reached out to me for a potential opportunity if they made it, and they didn't. But I'm still got high hopes because the Super Bowl this year is still in Florida. It's right there in Tampa. So yeah, so you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna be ready if it all hit the fan. We just gotta get. I can't even say we just gotta get through Kansas City because Tennessee, the Titans looking good still. The whole division, the Steelers undefeated. The freaking Browns are turning around. They only have one loss. They're like 4-1. So, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people looking good. So, you know, Buffalo looking good. So, you know I'm just trying to get there and be there in the building and get another big body Super Bowl. Because I was in there when they played San Francisco and New Orleans when the lights went out when Beyonce performed. And I was lit that night. Boy, I was on Bourbon Street, damn near naked. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was with a cigar. I was out there like this on Bourbon. I was like this. Look at this. And I drove from down. It was like 11 hours. I said, we were on the road. I drove and playing no games. But it was all good. So that's what I'm hoping, and we'll see.
Was that when you had the Fiesta?
It was actually when I had the Fiesta. Look at you, baby. Let me do a little research here.
I do research. Yeah. Ford gave it to you for free. You had gas for free for like a year.
Yeah, 8 months. 8 months free gas,
months?
free car insurance. Yeah.
Wow.
I put 26,000 miles on the car in 8 months. And it would have been worse if I ain't had to go back to work. I had to go back to substitute teaching. So I really put the bulk of the miles on in 3-4 months. If I'd have had that car right, if I got that right now, then I'm gonna be on the whole. But trust me, we gonna need some new tires. We're gonna need some new tires. I'm gonna drive, put at least 50K on that thing. So they gave 100 people a free car for 8 months. So yeah.
All right, perfect. Thanks for coming on. We definitely
Appreciate
do a
y'all,
part
man.
2 later on.
Thank you.
And let everybody know where they can find you.
It's all love. Everything Tpindell. You search it on any platform, I'm there. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Not OnlyFans. Everything's going pretty well, but if things take a turn, I'll jump on there. I'll jump on there and sell my ankles and my toes and my whatever else they're into. But that's all I got right now. But appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. It's all love.
All right. Thank you for coming on, man. It's for the
Yo,
culture.
thank you.
Yeah, it's all love. Y'all be blessed and stay
All
safe.
Have a good one.
Man.
For the culture.